Hey everybody, happy Friday. What's funny about that?
I wasn't smiling right when
Oh, all right, let's try it again. Here, we'll pretend like you didn't already see us. Hey everybody, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Was that better?
I guess.
Okay. All right, well, let's start off with this week's exciting edition of Where the Heck Are We?
Where are we?
Yes, so we're somewhere in North County, San Diego. And I guess I should have announced that if you haven't done this before, this is a place in San Diego behind us. And if you know where it is, tell us in the comments. There's no prizes or anything, but you can get the satisfaction of knowing
being right.
Yes, of being right. So this is a place in North County, San Diego, and it's a good spot to cool off. And if you play your cards right, you might be able to see some goats on the hike to this place.
Oh, I know where this is.
Yeah, okay. So let us know in the comments if you know where this is. So before we move on to other stuff, let's talk about the real estate market for 1 minute. Are you ready to do that?
Yeah, let's. Hi, Chief.
Get all your yawning and whatever else you need to do out of the way. So
let's talk about it for a minute.
Okay, let me turn off this exciting location, and I will turn on a timer, and you will talk about the market.
Go back one slide.
Oh, that's the worst slide. Don't start with that one. Okay.
Yes.
That's
looks
fine. Good. Okay.
This is
all right,
fine.
And go.
Okay, so for the 9th straight week in a row, number of homes for sale is plateaued. This is frustrating for buyers because the number of pending sales and the number of new listings have been right on top of one another for about the same number of weeks. So the number of homes for sale really isn't going up, it's staying about the same, and there's competition for each and every one of these houses, at least up to now, because further frustrating buyers and possibly throwing a wet blanket on this whole thing is 7.09% interest, highest in, I've heard 21 years, I've heard 30 years. It's high.
That's not very good.
It's not good. It's high, it's ugly. And then last but not least, median price was up again from June to July. So that is 5 straight months in a row, basically erasing all of last summer's losses, and that's what's going on.
Okay, well, if you wonder why I keep leaning over, it's because I'm petting a cat.
Oh,
There's a cat
it's
down
Bella.
here.
Hi, Bella.
Okay, well, let's talk about what what do you think everybody's been talking about today? And you're going to know what it is because it's pretty much all anybody's talking about.
The hurricane?
Yes, the hurricane. So you directed me to this website for this weather dude that you like. A lot of people seem to know about him. So,
yes, Southern California Weather Force.
I was trying to figure out where's the best place to track the storm, and you sent me here. So why don't you check on what's going on with the storm and give us a little tour of.
Well, this guy, I don't know what his real name is. I forget, but he calls himself Raiden Storm. Raiden Storm, master meteorologist.
Okay.
And he is quite a meteorologist, and he has a Facebook page and a website called Southern California Weather Force. You can subscribe. You can Patreon him. I think.
I think that's how you give people money, or
I think
there's
so.
That's Venmo.
Right.
I don't know. There's all these different things. Patreon, he probably has some extra content you can pay him for.
Something like that. Yes.
Okay.
He's the bottom line. He's an excellent micro forecaster. The National Weather Service tends to give these very regional forecasts. In other words, it's going to rain in San Diego, whereas Southern California Weather Force guy tells you, San Diego Metro, North County Inland.
Could he do our house?
Well, yeah, in a way, he can, and it is possible to do. It's all of these, of course, are just forecasts, but he does a good one. So anyway, this is his final risk assessment, and he starts talking about thunderstorms. Activity is going to start in the low deserts, Imperial, Needles, Las Vegas, as early as today, and then increasing tropical moisture is going to move into areas west of Los Angeles latitude on Saturday, bring instability.
Well, what's happening here in San Diego?
Well, okay, I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
All right, so yeah, I guess if we Sunday, tropical moisture, upper level, Santa Barbara. Where does he talk about San Diego? Prolonged rainfall. Yeah, Master General Meteorologist Raiden Storm. Okay, well, let's just look at the image that he's made for San Diego here.
Yes.
So
Ooh, that's
No,
pretty.
yeah. So the purple is 2 to 3 inches. So he's saying that these regions in here in purple are going to see 2 to 3 inches of rain. The dark purple is going to see 3 plus. So he's telling us we're going to get 2 to 3 inches of rain here in San Diego Sunday into Monday, along with thunderstorm potential and wind.
Yeah, well, we gotta prepare for that. We've got like I'm looking at our backyard umbrella now. That's up. So everybody's
Excuse me.
everybody's talking about what are you gonna do, and everybody has advice for what you should do. Well, I'm looking at the City of Poway website for my advice, and I don't live in
I
Poway.
don't know what I
live
did
close
wrong
to
with
Poway.
this drink. It doesn't taste very good.
Yeah, there's something that's not quite right. Maybe the vermouth has gone off or something.
I don't know. I'm going to drink it anyway.
Me too. Okay. So, get some sandbags if you're in a flooding area. There's lots of places where they have free sandbags, and it seems like some of the sandbags are filled and some are not. And if you get those sandbags that aren't filled, where are you supposed to get the sand?
From like Home Depot or Lowe's or somewhere like that.
Well, get the filled ones if you can.
Yeah, I would say I don't know what good it would do you to get empty sandbags. This region is really not prepared for this if it's really going to hit the way they say it is. And so it'll be interesting to see what we get come, Monday, midday.
Right. Well, batten down your hatches, get some sandbags if you're in an area prone to flooding. If possible, plan your weekend to avoid driving on Sunday. And I just came from Torrey Pines, and along the 56, there were signs about, try and avoid driving, road hazards on the 20th and the 21st. So.
Yeah. So
check your rain gutters. We don't have rain gutters, but if you do have rain gutters, you probably want to check and make sure that they're clear.
Yeah, make sure the downspouts aren't plugged up with leaves and dirt and stuff. If you have drains in your yard, make sure they're clear of any leaves and debris, because they're going to be a lot harder to clear when the water starts backing up.
I don't remember which house this was, but I saw a video, and you saw it one time too, where their gutter was all full, and the gutter flooded, and it basically like broke off and was kind of pouring water and dirty leaves down onto the yard, and it looked bad. So don't let that happen to you.
Yeah, plugged up gutters are bad.
Yes.
So let's see, areas naturally prone to flooding.
No, we kind of already hit these bullet points.
Okay, with development, landscaping, micro floods, check your homes for slopes and bare soil. The areas don't drain properly. Oh yeah,
I think we hit all those bullet points.
Okay.
You have more bullet points?
No, I was just going to reread them, but if you want me to stop, I will.
Oh no, that's fine. Go ahead.
She wants me to stop.
All right. Okay. We'll talk about this later. Okay. So yeah, watch out for the storm, and let's hope that everybody stays safe. Try and stay off the roads on Sunday, and
be cool.
Be cool. Yes. So we're talking about our backyard. Well,
yes.
I have some video of what's happening in our backyard now.
Goodness.
And keep in mind that, so our fence here used to be lined with trees like last week. The trees were full of birds and squirrels and butterflies, and we saw bobcats, a mountain lion back there. Well, now that is all gone. And here, let me play this. I'm going to turn on the desktop audio, and we won't hear it, but the folks at home will. So this is the view from our back fence this week, and this is stuff.
Yes, the tractors. This is after they cut all the trees down.
We're scraping the slope now.
Also, bear in mind that this back here is slated to become a city park, so this is all being done in preparation for a park. And
we were under the impression, and also because the Lennar Homes people had said so, that they were going to leave some of the existing mature trees, and they did not. They cut them all down.
Yes, they did. Every single one of them. Yeah, it's unnerving to have this happen right behind your house, and it's not that there are much worse things in the world. We're lucky to live where we do, and so on and so forth. But when this is going on 15 feet from the kitchen, it's kind of always been on.
It's been very disruptive. Yeah, it starts at like 6:59 in the morning too, so nobody's got your wake-up call there. I'm going to turn the desktop audio off on this because people are probably tired of hearing this, and I don't know if they can hear us over it. But yeah, they've been moving a lot of dirt around, and I don't know how to build parks, but I guess I just assumed that they were going to leave more of the natural aspects of the places of the land, but they didn't. They're clear cut
and rejigger all the topography.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very strange.
So on this similar note here, we had our drone friend Matt come out and fly over Carmel Mountain Ranch again to show what's the changes over time. I think the last time we did this was about 5-6 weeks ago. So we don't want to look at the whole thing because it's 15 minutes long, and that will be way too long. But you can see, let's skip to, there's a unit that's going to, so what are they putting here? Do you know what they're putting here on this site?
Condos, townhouses, yes.
Condos and townhouses, okay. There's another one.
This is going to remain open space. They're going to add a park right there.
Okay. Well, hopefully they leave those trees.
I hope so.
Yeah. Let's just kind of skip along randomly here. We'll do a random sample. This is going to be open space too.
Yes.
Okay, now, here we go. This is going to be more condos and townhomes.
And you can see up at the top here where they're definitely got the building pads almost ready to go.
So we've had digging and crashing and banging there, and soon we're going to move on to the sawing and hammering phase.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to get that sawing and hammering. And this, is this where
Yeah, that's Unit 7, I'm pretty sure.
So he flew on Saturday before they cut the trees down. So there are all these trees along people's back fences, you can see here. And those were all cut down, and all these trees here were cut down, and here. So they clear cut. And it doesn't make a lot of sense, but
there were a bunch of. I'm really upset about all the animals that live back there, and I don't know what happened to them. But there's all kinds of rabbits, and they had their little rabbit holes, and they'd pop into our backyard and dive back into their rabbit hole, and that's just all leveled now. So
well, if they didn't run away, they got run over. It's really hard to think about.
It's like that book Watership Down with the rabbits. Did you ever read that?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. All right. Well. This isn't a very
it's not
happy
very
Friday
uplifting.
kind
Yeah.
Let's move on to something else.
Let's talk about clear cutting and hurricanes.
Okay.
High interest rates, clear cutting, hurricanes. Let's move on to.
Okay.
Isn't it National Bowling Hat Day or something?
Probably. I don't know. Let's just say it's National Bowling Hat Day. I didn't even look at that today because there was so much other stuff. But okay. So weekend events. Now, the main reason I'm looking at weekend events these days is to see if our old friend Ray Carney is in the comments again. And I'm kind of being a little bit tongue-in-cheek here because we don't really know Ray Carney, but every week on the weekend events, Ray Carney posts how none of this stuff is worth
the price of a
tank of gas.
Or even a gallon of gas.
Yeah, he's not going to spend any gas money on any of this stuff. So let's see if Ray Carney thinks that any of this weekend's events are worth spending the gas money on. Okay, book lovers.
This is our segment called What Does Ray Carney Think?
Okay. Local college grad who took the jazz world by storm drops in for a show at, where is this show? Somewhere in Old Town. Anyway, that sounds like a good show. Some football, softball, festival of books. That sounds good.
Twain Fest,
yeah. More book stuff. And here we go.
Oh,
Ray Carney.
Nothing I'd burn a tank of gas on at $4.89 9 a gallon.
Guy's hard to please.
Well, look what he wrote here. Nothing I'd burn a tank of gas on at $4.89 9 a gallon on.
He wants you to.
He used on twice.
Well, he was probably feeling very,
he was
passionate.
feisty.
He was fired up.
Why is he's always right there at the top too?
Well, there's only 2 comments, but
Ray, we'd like to invite you on the show.
Virtually, not to our. You want to invite him to our house, or it can be virtual, right?
Yeah, we'll zoom him in.
Yeah, we'll zoom him in. Okay, so this Padres story, I'm not going to go too much into depth about it. It sounds like the Padres played a game, didn't go that well. But here,
surprise.
in the comments,
Oh,
Ray Carney.
it's August, choke time. You ever have anything positive to say, Ray?
Maybe next week. We'll check back next week for this segment of
Joke time.
Deep Thoughts with Ray Carney.
Mm.
Okay, so here is another story. So an autonomous car company called Cruise is testing in the Gaslamp. So robo-taxis.
Oh, fun.
So like, what was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Total Recall.
Yeah, Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Welcome to Johnny Cab.
Yeah, the Johnny Cab.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to turn on the closed caption here. So they're driving around in the Gaslamp, and they are not committing to moving to San Diego. They're just checking it out. But it's not the self-driving ones so it's the self-driving cars, but they have drivers in them when they test them. They're not just sending these out on the streets of San Diego. But it sounds like it's possible we could be getting them. So they have these in San Francisco. And last weekend it went poorly. There was like a big traffic jam because there was a music festival and the Wi-Fi was messed up because so many people were using the Wi-Fi that the autonomous driving vehicles, they couldn't get a good connection and they all just kind of like shut down and there was a big traffic jam.
Nice.
So it sounds like you need good Wi-Fi for these.
What? So, I mean, but they drive around. They would have to change Wi-Fi nodes.
I don't know. Here, let's go back to that.
Well, it's probably just they're connected via a cell signal, and there were too many people on that.
I don't really understand how all this works, but yeah, that doesn't
Wireless
make sense.
bandwidth constraint. So not
That's
Wi-Fi.
not Wi-Fi. Okay, yeah. Sorry, retraction. I'm old and I don't understand the
Same
difference
thing.
between
Wireless bandwidth.
All right. Okay. Anyway, they didn't have enough bandwidth to run the cars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, bandwidth is like the size of the diameter of the hose that you're squirting the water through.
Well, I understand, and I wouldn't have said Wi-Fi if I was pulling it out of the top of my brain, and it's been a long week, and I do actually understand the difference there, but I said the wrong thing, and I was sorry. I'm not sorry anymore, but I was sorry.
I understand.
Yes.
You were sorry. You're not sorry now, but you were.
I was very briefly sorry. Okay, but that's over now. All right, so our old friends at Lawn Starter have a new survey of 2023's most relaxed cities. Now, we always used to talk about Wallet Hub, and this is just like a clickbait site that does surveys so people will look at their stuff. And it seems like Wallet Hub has been, kind of lagging on their putting out of surveys, but these Lawn Starter folks have really picked up the slack. And you can book like lawn services through them. I don't know, but anyway, they did a survey of 2023's most relaxed cities, and they based their rankings, the biggest U.S. cities, based on 42 stress factors and stress relievers. Metrics like depression rates, workday lengths, access to spas, and massage therapists. That's a mouthful.
How do they know how many people are depressed? They never
I don't
asked
know.
me.
Well, I mean, they're selling lawn care services, so I don't know how seriously we can take this.
All right.
Let's see where San Diego ranks. Can I make this bigger?
That's what she said.
I'm probably going to mess this up if I try and make that bigger.
That's fine.
Okay, so let's find San Diego on this one. And we're number
28.
28. Okay.
But what's number one?
Number one.
Sunnyvale?
Oh, so that's not the trailer park in Nova Scotia.
That's like near, Sunnyvale. That's a chill place. I guess because the people there have so much money, they got nothing to worry about.
And number two is San Francisco.
No way.
I can't be on board with that.
Absolutely
because anytime, I've been to San Francisco several times, and it's picturesque and historic and other stuff. I wouldn't really call it chill, but maybe that's just me.
It's quite frenetic. I mean, there's cars going every which way and people everywhere, and I mean, it's a lovely city, but it's not the most...
I would never drive there. Yeah.
No, it's not the most chill city by far. I mean...
Well, anytime we've been, you always do the driving. I can't. That's too much driving for me.
I once parked a U-Haul truck on Hayden Ashbury. Parallel parked it.
That doesn't sound like much fun.
It wasn't.
All right, well, let's look at the least relaxing cities. What's the least relaxing major metro in the United States?
Let's find it and go there. Ooh, Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan. Okay.
Yes, okay.
I've been there very briefly when I was a kid, and I don't recall how relaxed I was.
Shreveport, Louisiana, apparently not very chill. Now, New Orleans, I would expect...
I mean, people go there to have a good time. I don't know.
Yeah, how is that not chill? Killeen, Texas.
Oh, I was going to say Killeen. Like, it doesn't sound very relaxing.
Yeah,
Killeen.
whatever.
Okay, depending on how you pronounce it.
Ohio.
All right. Well.
Cleveland and Dayton. All right. Well,
Okay.
for what it's worth, that was lawn hub.
Thanks, lawn starter.
Lawn starter.
Wallet lawn or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay. All right. So this is kind of a weird story, and I don't really understand what's going on here too much, but let's check it out. So a California winery is in trouble for illegally aging wine bottles in the ocean. Yeah. So this company, Ocean Fathoms, they're based out of Santa Barbara, it sounds like, and they had a bunch of bottles, 2,000 bottles of wine and other alcohol that they put them in the ocean to age them. And apparently you're not supposed to do that. And now they're in trouble. The bottles were destroyed, and they say, I'm not sure who estimated them, they're supposed to be worth several $100,000.
Ouch.
Yeah, so they entered some kind of a plea deal. They have to pay $50,000 to a former investor, and anyway, they're in a lot of trouble. So the reason why they put the bottles in the ocean was allegedly the perpetual pulsations from the currents that keep the bottles in continual motion to reduce sediment. And I don't know, they're claiming it's a good place to age some wine. So the people who were in charge of regulating this stuff say no. So they put them in the ocean around 2017, and they didn't get the required permits. So yeah. So here's a year later, the company removed the bottles and sold them for as much as $500 each after a reef ecosystem had developed on the crates and bottles. So you can see there's all kinds of like barnacles and stuff stuck on them. Well, the FDA says the wine was adulterated and not fit for human consumption because it was submerged in the ocean and potentially contaminated.
Oh my.
And they sold them without federally approved labeling, and they didn't even have a permit or a valid business license.
My God.
Yeah, so it sounds like they did all kinds of stuff that wasn't right. And it is an interesting idea, but they went about it all wrong.
Yikes. Remember the distillery we went to in Las Vegas where they were aging the alcohol using some kind of high intensity light?
Yeah, that was pretty good too. We went to a couple of distilleries. You're talking about the rum distillery. Yeah. That cherry rum was really good. Unfortunately, they were all sold out of it. But
They had some sort of, and I forget now what it was, but they were using like some sort of fancy high intensity light to cause. It was basically they can do like 10 years of aging in 2 weeks.
And there was like a piece of special wood in there or something.
Yeah, special wood.
Special wood, special lighting. There's like an electrical current. Or anyway, it was some good rum.
Good rum.
All
I don't
right.
even like rum.
All right. Well, in other news that has nothing to do with San Diego, an 800-pound butter cow statue has returned to the Illinois State Fair. So it sounds like they do this every year. They take 800 pounds of butter and sculpt it into a cow. Yeah, it was officially unveiled by the Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker? J.B. Pritzker.
Yeah,
okay.
Pritzker. Yeah.
All right. So it seems like this lady sculpts it every year, and there's two sculptures. There's one of a calf and one of a cow. Oh, and there's also a lady milking the cow who's also made of butter. I don't know how many pounds she weighs. But anyway, there's a webcam. So let's just skip ahead to this webcam.
Oh man, I'd love to get a piece of corn and just rub it on there.
That'd be so good. I bet it's really good butter too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is a live webcam of this case at the fair where they're keeping this butter.
Butter cam.
Butter cam. I'm gonna
Look
move
at
us
that.
over here so you
Look
can
at
see
all
that
that
glorious
butter.
butter.
Must have to keep it really cold because
Yeah, I think that's why it's in the. Oh, so they say they unveiled it by the. It was all the glass was all covered in condensation, and the governor, J.B. Pritzler or whoever, he had to take a squeegee, and that's how they unveiled it. He squeegeed the condensation
Nice.
off the glass walls.
Man, oh man.
It looks like she's using some sort of milking machine. She's not
Yes.
milking. If I had a butter cow, it seemed like you would want to milk it by hand. You wouldn't want to risk using a machine on your butter cow, but. I've never milked a cow, especially one made out of butter.
Well, I don't know. All I know is that's a lot of butter, and butter makes almost anything better.
I wonder if they're going to eat the butter afterwards.
I would hope so.
It's got to be really cold to have like that level of detail because
Yeah.
butter gets soft. But
Yes, it does.
all right.
All right. Well,
I could sit here all night and watch this butter cow
That's
revolve.
revolving
but
butter
some people
cow.
might get tired of that.
I mean, I could think of several. I mean, like if you just had some pretzels, you could dig in there and eat buttery pretzels.
What else is butter good on?
Pasta.
Oh yeah, okay. You could just sort of like put the bowl down below the cow and like drain put the pasta over the top.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you could like just put the pasta on top and start to stir it around, and it would make its own little bowl on top of the cow. But then, of course, you'd be ruining the...
You could make some artichokes and just like, when they're hot, you could just dip the artichoke bit into the butter cow.
Leaves and
that would
butter,
be good.
yeah.
All right, well, we probably shouldn't
I don't think people want to
speculate on what we could do with this butter. Okay, so it's time to unveil where in the heck are we this week. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And if you guessed... Wait, let me think. Hang on, I forgot where we were. Okay. If you guessed the Penasquitos Canyon waterfall, you were correct.
This is an amazing place because even in the summertime, a mere mile from homes in Rancho Penasquitos, there's a full-fledged waterfall, and it's flowing. Penasquitos Creek flows year-round, and it's beautiful, and it is the native peoples, the Kumeyaay that used to inhabit this region, definitely used Penasquitos Creek.
Oh man, I would have too. That would have been the place to be.
Unfortunately, if you go there on a hot summer day, there's a bunch of yahoos hanging out.
Yeah, a lot of people don't respect the space there. They get crazy there and leave trash and stuff, which is not cool. But
no,
people
must respect the space.
Yes. All right. Well, that's all I have for today. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
Just stay safe out there. Get your umbrellas down. Get your garbage cans covered up. Don't have anything that's gonna fly away.
If you have elderly neighbors, maybe check on them and see.
Yeah, make sure.
They need any help battening down their hatches.
Let's hope it's not as bad as it could be. But San Diego County is bracing for its first ever impact from a hurricane that is probably going to be downgraded to a tropical storm by the time it gets here, but it's still a powerful weather system. So,
well, this is California's first tropical storm watch. Is that right? That's what I read on CNN.
That's what they said.
Today.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's tropical storm is.
Oh, Art. Hey, Art. He says stay safe.
Stay
Art,
safe.
you stay safe too.
You stay safe too, buddy. Don't take any wooden nickels.
No.
And don't take any shit from anyone.
Art's not the kind of guy who would do that anyway.
No,
he doesn't need us to tell him.
Art's, well, I just,
Oh, okay. Well, it's just something.
Well, now that Art's here, see what he has to say. Waiting for Art to say something.
Come on,
else.
Art. What are you going to say? What are you up to this weekend besides staying safe?
I've seen a couple of good. He's at least three cars he's posted this week that he sold.
Yeah,
good to see.
Tell us Art's car slogan again.
If you want to buy smart, call Art.
Art is an auto broker, and is that the correct term?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
We've purchased, I think over the past couple decades, every car that we've purchased has been through Art, and he's always helped us out, made it easier, gotten us a good deal.
Yes. Don't go to a dealership.
Don't just walk into the dealership.
No.
You're gonna
call the new car company. And get your new car that way.
Oh, Art, he cancels his trip to SoFi on Sunday.
Well,
yeah, that sucks, but that's probably the smart move.
You don't want to be out there driving around LA on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that is what it is.
Well, I guess okay, so it's a good thing for us that it's happening this Sunday and not next Sunday or the Sunday afterwards, because on the 27th, we're supposed to be at the Michael Bolton show.
When a man loves a woman.
And I would brave a tropical storm to see Michael Bolton at the Rady Shell. I don't care. I'll walk down there holding my umbrella against the wind. I'm seeing Michael Bolton. Art, you're welcome, Art.
You're welcome, Art. Yeah, Michael Bolton, I'm going with you.
Okay. Yes, you purchased the tickets at my request, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just hope he sings some Christmas songs, because I swear to God there is nobody better in the world to sing a Christmas song than Michael Bolton. If you want to feel that song, Michael Bolton can belt it out.
Do you think he's going to sing Christmas songs in August?
No.
Okay, he probably isn't, but if he's going to do it, I'm definitely there for it.
But his voice is as buttery as that giant cow.
Oh my gosh, 800 pounds of butter.
So anyway,
All right. Okay, let's get out of here.
see you later, Art.
All right. Art, thanks for stopping by.
Everybody be cool out there.
Yes.
And we'll talk next week about what happened with Hurricane Hillary.
Yeah, hopefully it blows over and is less of a problem than we think it might be. But stay safe, take care of each other, and we'll see you next time.
It'll be funny if it doesn't even rain.
Well, we need some rain to wash off all the dirt over those giant earth-moving machines have kicked over into our backyard. But that's what we already talked about that.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about how our backyard is covered in dirt. But
All right, everyone.
we'll talk about that again next week.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yes, indeed. Good
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.